guys, good morning. How is everybody today? It's Debbie. Welcome to my channel. We are on part 7 of the Betty Broderick trial. Her daughter Kim is on the stand. Let's see what Judy has for us today. Kim Broderick now lives in Idaho and is happily married with 2 daughters. She is a director at a school there and also a wedding coordinator. 2 of her siblings live nearby. Only Dan Jr. remains in California. All 4 siblings are still very close. Well, that's nice. It's good to know that they didn't get permanently scarred. Well, I mean, I'm sure there is a scar, but, they're still close. I wonder why they moved to Idaho. I guess they don't go visit their mom. Or not very often, anyway.
My indication was that Dad wasn't supposed to interfere with their contact with Mom, and that maybe also if Ruth Roth told him to express anger, maybe he was letting him express anger.
Well, he never tried to take the phone away from him or calm him down in those 45 tape runs. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you knew in divorce proceedings, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Also, the tapes that we heard in Mother's conversations when she had on the phone, those aren't the original tapes, are they?
Well, there was a tape that would be in the tape player, and then Dad would take it out and tape it onto another tape so we could have the tape back in the machine, because then the machine wouldn't work.
Well, any 60-minute or 45-minute or 90-minute tape would work in that machine, isn't that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your father, well, on those machines, on those messages from your mother, sometimes there would be a number of calls from your mother before there was a message such as that where she was trying to get through to somebody, wasn't there?
All the time? Sometimes?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay. And so your mother would try to get a hold, would be saying, I know somebody's there, what's going on, and then would hang up, call back, hang up, and then finally there would be a bad message left on the phone.
Yes.
Okay. Now, your father didn't keep all the other messages, did he? You didn't hear any tapes that had all the others, did you?
No.
You would just hear the edited tapes that would just show the final message. What message did the...
Yeah.
Were you aware of calls that were going from the children, the 2 boys, to your mother, where they would cry to your mother about needing them?
Excuse me? Crying to my mother about needing her?
Yes.
I don't really understand what you mean. Needing her to come over and needing her in general?
Were you aware of calls that the boys would make to their mother crying about either an accident they'd been in or problems they were having, and your mother not being able to get back to them because the answering machine would be on?
Objection, Your Honor, that's not that.
I'm aware of that from last trial. I don't, and I may have heard, I don't know that from personal knowledge. No, I wasn't there.
Okay. Had you, supervision?
Objection, I think she just answered the question.
Sustained.
When you wanted to go to your, when the children wanted to go to your mother's house, they would have to, there would have to be an arrangement made between the children and your mother, is that correct?
On how she was going to get them, pick them up and stuff?
Yes. I understand you believe that there was a visitation schedule, is that right? Prior to 1989.
I don't know if it was set up by the court. I believe that that the two of them were trying to figure out some visitation schedule. I do not know if it ever came into effect. I just know that there was letters going back and forth. Dad sent, oh, I'm getting myself confused. I know that they were trying to set up a visitation schedule. I know it wasn't just random visitation. And I know that there was visitation.
Well, do you remember testifying at the last trial that the way visitation was set up is there'd be conversations during the week between your mother and the boys, and that it would be normally on Thursday when your father would make the decision of whether they could go over?
No, I don't remember saying that, but I know that that Danny and Rhett would call Mom and say that they wanted to go over that weekend, and I know that Mom and Danny and Rhett worked that out, but Dad didn't just wait till Thursday every week and then say, okay, or no, you can't go. I mean, there was more to it than that.
Okay, and what made you think there was more to it than that?
Well, and sometimes they'd know in the beginning of the week, and then Mom would change her mind, and then Dad would say, okay, no, you can't go, and then Mom would say, oh, no, come, and then Dad would say, no, forget it, you can't go now. She had already changed her mind, we've made plans. I mean, a lot happened before Thursday, almost every week. It wasn't just that everything was calm, and then all of a sudden Dad just made his ruling.
Okay. Well, you believe that both of them were playing games with visitation, didn't you?
I believe that there was no one weekend you have them, the next weekend you have them, but both of them were changing their minds. And it was basically a mess.
And really not much longer going to be. My other jury's got a verdict. The lawyers are here.
Well, it would appear appropriate, Your Honor, then I'm going to be some time.
So you're not going to finish today anyway?
No.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take our afternoon recess at this time. I've kept the other jury waiting about a half hour now, and both lawyers are here on that matter, so I want to handle that so they can go home also. Please remember the admonition not to discuss the case among yourselves nor let anyone else discuss it with you, and not form any opinions on it until it's finally submitted to you, and be extra careful about not watching television, listening to the radio, and keep in mind what the one gentleman told my clerk, he can't talk about it. Have a nice evening. Morning, how are you?
Good morning.
Good. You're still under oath, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Proceed, Mr. Early.
Thank you. Ms. Broderick, have you this case about your testimony?
Friends and things like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you talked to any other attorneys?
Not professionally, just that are friends of mine.
Wiggles.
Well, you talked to Mr. Chapin about it, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, and he's gone through your testimony with you, hasn't he? At some point?
No, he hasn't read my testimony or anything.
But he's talked to you about your testimony.
He just told me to be honest and be myself. We didn't really go into it much after that.
You didn't talk at all about your testimony?
Objection, asked.
Sustained.
Okay. Now at times, you indicated that the problem with Arizona was your father, or at least your place you found because you were living by yourself. Is that correct?
Excuse, he didn't want to pay as much rent?
As you wanted, because one of the reasons is you found an apartment that you'd have to pay for all by yourself in Arizona.
No, basically he wanted me to live with somebody. He didn't like the idea of me living alone.
Okay. So money was never an issue?
He just said keep looking. He was not happy with that apartment because it was a loan. The price of my first apartment was $250 and this one was $450. So he thought that there would be that I could get one cheaper. But if I couldn't find one that I liked cheaper, he didn't say absolutely not to $450.
Okay. Do you remember testifying about that area at the preliminary hearing?
Not in particular, but
Or ever tell you that he wouldn't pay at all for an apartment because you weren't going to school?
yes, we weren't discussing an apartment for then. We were looking for an apartment for the next semester.
Well,
If I wasn't in school, my dad didn't pay for anything. If I was going to school, if it was a summer vacation, and I was planning to go back to school, then Dad would give me all the pay for
at
it.
the preliminary hearing, we were talking about the apartment in question about you wouldn't pay for the apartment because you had units to make up and you weren't actually enrolled in school, and you indicated my dad wouldn't pay for any apartment until I started back. Remember that testimony?
Yes, that's what the apartment was for. I was there in October.
That's what she just said early.
We were looking for an apartment for January when I started school.
Well, you indicated.
I was just going to stay with the finals. I didn't need an apartment just to make up the finals.
So from you found an apartment. You called your mother, you told your mother that your father kicked you out and said he wouldn't pay for an apartment, didn't you?
No, I did not.
You remember telling your mother that you weren't upset about Greece, but that she was, but he wouldn't give you any money when you were going to school.
I wasn't upset about Grace, Mom was, and when I was going to school, Dad would give me money, so I don't know, I don't understand what you're asking me. So.
Referring to page 182 of the preliminary hearing transcript, you could read lines 3 through 8.
Wait a minute, I'm not hearing. This is what I'm hearing the trial on.
There I did not mean going to school, attending school. I was flying back to school. When I was flying back to school and not attending school, Dad would not give me money. Once I did school, Dad paid for everything.
And in the fall, you were not attending school.
No, I was not. I wasn't going to attend till spring. I took that semester off.
Did you call your mother in the spring of '89 upset because you didn't have money for food while you were at school?
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled, you can answer that.
Spring, when I went out for that week in October.
No, in the spring. October's in the fall. Spring of 1989. Was there a phone call to your mother about you running out of money and not having enough money for food?
I don't think I was in Arizona.
Well, you indicated you came home for 2 days in April for the wedding. Where'd you come home from?
Oh, okay then, yes, there was, yes. Okay, the year before. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
In the spring of '89, did you call home to your mother complaining about not having enough money for food?
I didn't have enough money for a phone bill. And then I paid the money I was using the money for the phone bill for the food, and then my phone got disconnected, so Mom paid the phone bill, and then I had money for food.
The, you indicated on your directed testimony that that now you don't think your mom and dad were happy, different than you thought before. Remember testifying to that?
Objection, Your Honor, the question is vague.
Sustained.
Do you remember testifying on direct happy when they were living together?
Yes, I do. I just think that they fought a lot. I don't know if all in all, they were unhappy or unhappy. In front of me, they just fought a lot.
Your mother, you did not know, your mother didn't tell you about your father's or her belief in your father's affair with Linda till after they separated, did she?
No, she didn't. She didn't. She would just bring up Linda's name a lot.
She didn't tell you that she thought there was an affair going on?
Not directly, but that was implied.
Well, didn't you, do you remember testifying that you thought your mother was crazy when she brought up the affair because you didn't believe there was one?
I don't think I said Mom was crazy. I didn't believe that there was one.
Okay. And you even talked to your father about that, didn't you?
Objection, relevance, Your Honor.
Overruled, you can answer that.
I talked to my father about having an affair with Linda.
Yes. Before your mom and father separated?
No, I did not.
Remember me asking if
Can we have a page cite, please?
yes, 339 through 340.
Usually, impeachment does not include making the witness cry.
You said crazy. I was answering your question that yes, she talked into working in God's office. And it was assumed she didn't like it, but she wanted her fired. She's unfair. Mom did that, but that's what she was saying.
Read the after.
Yes.
You remember being asked a question, okay, and you, when I had a conversation with you, you indicated you thought that your mother was a little bit crazy, that you knew that didn't exist before they stopped, didn't you? Yes.
Right.
You were indicating that, yes, you had that conversation. That was the question, whether you had that conversation once. You would read, page 340, line 8 through 11.
Hey, Rod.
Okay.
And I asked you
Your
about
Honor,
it.
excuse me, I'm going to object to these questions on relevance grounds. I'd like to be heard at sidebar.
It's not necessary, sustained.
Your Honor, how could, you don't even know what the question is. Can I try to at least...
Go ahead, ask the question.
That's your,
Your Honor. Excuse me.
Let's hear the question first. Let's hear the question. What's the question, Mr. Wu?
isn't it true that you testified?
Thank you.
Is that what my dad told me? Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
And didn't you, isn't it true that you thought that your mother was just treating your father poorly for no reason? And that, at that time, for nothing at all?
Your Honor, it assumes other facts, not evidence.
Sustained.
Well, at that time, during a time before your father and mother split up, didn't you feel that your father was doing nothing absolutely all and your mother was treating him poorly for no reason?
As far as I could see, Dad was taking care of us, doing the best he could. Mom was just ruining everything. So yes, that's what way I looked at it, yes.
Before they split up?
Before they split up, no, right when they split up.
And didn't you indicate that before they split up, your mother was treating your father poorly? Or that's not your belief?
Yes, she was treating him poorly.
And you believe there was nothing that your father did at all?
Not as far as I could see. No, he wasn't doing anything.
Now, had there been, there's no time that you believe that you've ever lost a key before? You've lost your keys?
No, I don't think I've ever lost my keys before.
And if you remember testifying to last hour that you believe you've lost your car keys before?
No, I don't remember.
page 203, line 16 through 21. You could read that to yourself.
Well, since I think I lost my car keys, I don't remember losing my car keys. I can't remember the car I had that I lost. Car key with that key on it before. I said that both times.
But that remember what you
No, I don't think I lost my car keys before.
Okay, so do you know why you testified to that last time?
Objection, I remain it.
Sustained.
That then it's your memory now that you've never lost your car keys before, is that correct?
Yes.
Hey, Carla.
Yeah, I never lost my car keys before.
And does it refresh your memory, your testimony that when you testified before that you thought that you had lost car keys?
No, still don't think I've ever lost my car keys before.
The time that Danny did the tape that we heard with Danny, how long into the conversation was it before the tape was turned on?
Objection, you've asked these questions before.
Sustained.
Well, you indicated that you don't remember how long it was.
Objection, it doesn't get to just keep repeating the same subjects.
Sustained.
Can I refresh your memory then, Your Honor, on the question?
Well, I can
Impeach her
remember.
now?
No, I can remember her testimony. You want to try to impeach her? Go ahead.
Well, may we approach the bench so the court can tell me what the testimony is, so I know if I'm impeaching?
No, I'm sure you remember the testimony. She was at her mother's and came home, and Danny was upstairs and on the phone. At the time she came home, she doesn't know when the conversation started. Go ahead.
Well, do you know how long the conversation was going before the tape was turned on?
No, I don't.
Okay. Was it very-
I don't think very long.
10 minutes?
About 10 minutes, I think. I really don't know. I walked up, and I was home when the tape got turned on, but I don't know exactly how long they were on before that.
Okay, and your mother would call, how often would your mother call over to your father's home?
All of it.
Okay. Was that every week? I mean, every week was it pretty constant where she would call all the time?
Well, if she was out of town, maybe she wouldn't call as often or something like that. But it was pretty constant.
And do you have a recollection of, would it be more than once a day?
Yes, occasionally. Sometimes it wouldn't be at all in a day. I guess it depended what Mom was doing.
Did, on Coral Reef, did your father have keys to the house?
When?
When you lived there before you moved, before there was the Krakens left?
Yes.
Okay. And you indicated that your mom used to lock your father out of the house?
With a deadbolt over the garage door.
Okay. And the deadbolts couldn't be opened from the outside?
No, they cannot.
Okay. So you indicated one time your mother put a ski in the door. Is that correct?
Objection,
I don't think I indicated that.
And did your mother ever put a ski in the door?
Not that I remember. I heard somebody say that, but I don't recall that.
When you were, the time that the clothes, when you got clothes on fire, how long had you been home before it happened?
Afternoon.
And what time?
But kind of probably around 5 or 6, somewhere around that time, I'd say.
And so you had been home for a couple hours before it happened?
Yeah.
And where was your mother when you got home from school?
She wasn't home. She was down at Dad's office.
Okay. And how long before she got home, the clothes set on fire?
Before she got, after she got.
After she got home. Did that happen right away?
I think she talked to Chris McKelvin for a little while, but it was pretty much right away. Yeah.
Just a matter of minutes.
Well, it took her a while to throw everything out and stuff, so the fire didn't start for a while, but she started doing it right after.
And during that period of time, did you leave the house?
I think we went over to Chris. No, I don't think so. I think we went over to Chris McKelson's sometime in that time period.
You lit the fire with you.
I was there when she put the gasoline on. When she lit the fire, I wasn't standing right there. I think I was in the house though. Or maybe I was out front.
And your mother made you get away when you tried to stop her?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you indicate she did?
She hit me with her hand like that.
Okay. To push you away?
Yeah.
And after the fire started, then you went where? Did you go anywhere, or did you
Yes.
stay home?
And I walked down, went away from the house. Walked down the hill.
And did you go anywhere?
Just down the hill and back.
So you didn't go over anyone's house?
Then I went to McKelson. I think I went to McKelson's house for a little while. Vicki Curry was over. I think that by that point, then we went over to McKelson's house.
Went away. I walked down the hill. Where did you go? That's like a Lally question. No, I went away. I walked in place. Where did you go?
We were back home by the time Dad came home. So we were over to McKelson's house for a while, I think. And I think Vicki Curry was with Mom.
And you remember you were home when your father came home?
Yes, we were.
And your brothers, where were they?
At the McKelson's house. Either the McKelsons or then Vicki Curry taking them back to her house.
Were they there when your mother?
No. No. They weren't there. No, I don't know exactly where they were. They weren't there any of the time.
Okay, so you don't remember seeing the children over the McKelsons, the two
They-
boys?
They were over at the McKelsons. When I was over there later, they were over at the McKelsons at that point. By the time Dad got home, I don't know if they were still at the McKelsons or if they had then gone to the Currys. But I don't know why they were at the McKelsons when Mom first got home. Maybe
I feel so bad for her. Why does it matter where all the kids were? It doesn't matter. None of this matters. All that matters is that she burned the man's clothes because she's cray-cray. That's all that matters. I feel so bad for this kid. So bad. This whole family was toxic. Well, not the kids, but this marriage was toxic. And these poor kids were put in the middle of it. I'm so glad that the trivia that you put in the chat this morning, Judy. I am so glad to know that these kids went on to have a normal life. I'm going to read it again. Kim Broderick now lives in Idaho and is happily married with 2 daughters. She is a director at a school there and also a wedding coordinator. 2 of her siblings live nearby. Only Dan Jr. remains in California. All 4 siblings are still very close. This poor family.
we were over there playing or something. Or maybe she called Mrs. McKelson and told him to come get us or something.
You never saw your mother with a black eye?
No.
You sat through your mother's testimony, didn't you? Karen Ford?
Yeah.
You remember her being asked a question about you get it by one time you were in the bath.
Sustained.
Well, did you ever tell the district attorney that your mother got a black eye putting you in the bath at any time?
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Was that ever asked of you? Question?
I don't think so. You mean when I was really little being put in the bath?
Is there anything you were put?
If it was when I was really little, I might not remember it. I don't know why I'm gonna put me in.
I don't remember anything about your mother getting a black eye. When you your mother moved into.
No. After, well, she was at that rental for a while with the other kids.
Well, as soon as you moved out of the rental,
Oh,
did you move into that?
I'm not quite sure. I don't know about the dates of when she sold and bought the other house. I think it's a matter, if it might have been days, I don't know that she was out of the house for very long.
The do you ever remember your mother staying at the Coral Reef home after you moved out of that home? After you moved out of the rental home?
No, I don't.
Now, after you moved into, with your father, there was a number of housekeepers, is that correct?
Yes.
At the beginning, it had trouble, they didn't work out, isn't that correct?
I remember there's one named Ginger that was only there for a couple of weeks. She didn't work out. And then after that, I think most of them were there for a while.
So you only, how many housekeepers do you remember being there that first year?
Projection relevance.
Sustained.
I think some of the questions that he's asking her are lies that Betty has told him.
The, do you remember testifying at another hearing that when your mother and father would have an argument, they would do it in another bedroom, go into another bedroom?
Yes,
Is that true?
occasionally. The arguments would start pretty much in front of us, and then occasionally they would finish it in another bedroom, or then they would just. The things like the ketchup bottle and the stereo, those were right in front of us, and those weren't in the bedroom. So sometimes they were in the bedroom, sometimes they weren't.
Okay. So you remember those two arguments, or arguments that stand out in your mind?
Well, no, those are examples that were not. There's lots of arguments that stand out in my mind that weren't in the bedroom.
Can you give me some other examples?
Well, just fighting back and forth, and they're just yelling at each other. There's nothing else that was thrown that I can remember.
Can you give me an example of what they were yelling about?
For instance, on those dinner parties that we'd have on Sunday, they would fight about that all the time because Dad would do the yard work and the Mom would do the inside stuff. And the Mom would always yell he was not helping her, so they would always have arguments about that right in front of us. Those were not arguments in the bedroom. They were in the kitchen.
And do you remember what years those arguments took place?
All years.
Okay. During a period of time that you indicated that your mother had.
Absolutely, Wiggles. With the same company? Or like a brand new job? I will pray. I know that you're not a praying person, but I will still pray for you. You don't have to believe. I'll believe for you.
A lot of friends and gave a lot of parties, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
She always had a lot of money?
Yes, she did.
Was she also working?
When are you speaking about?
When they were married. Was she working?
When they were married, when she had us? No, when she was younger. She said that she worked.
You don't remember her taking in children for a daycare center? Watching them? Getting paid for that? Setting up a daycare center?
I have no idea if she got paid for it. There were children that were Danny's age that she would have over that during the day.
Do you remember her working at night as a hostess at all?
When we were younger, when we were older. But before I was 10. After I was 10, I don't think Mom worked anymore.
Well, do you remember your mother going to work? Or is that
Objection,
just-
Your Honor, she's answered the question.
Sustained.
Hey, Nancy.
Well, is this something that you were told, or is this something you remember?
I went and visited Mom at work when we were younger. I saw her at work. She worked at Jolly Rock or Jolly Rancher or something like that, in the Black Angus as a hostess.
And do you remember the time frame when she had children over Danny's age?
And I don't think that she worked. I don't remember her working. How old would that have been? Well, after I was 10. So she would work. She worked. I think after she had Danny, then she did the daycare. She didn't do hostess sitting anymore then. And then I think that was the last job that she had until they got separated.
And you're talking about the daycare?
Mm-hmm.
You indicated that your father would, there's a number of times that he would hire security guards, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and sometimes he would hire them in anticipation of things he was going to do in court?
Objection calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Well, you indicated that you knew, you gave some reasons why he hired security guards, is that correct?
Objection, I think states the other.
Overruled, you may answer that.
Did I give reasons? I'm not sure. He got security guards when if they were fighting and Mom threatened to do something, then they got security guards then. Like after court, if they had some argument, he wouldn't get a security guard before court in anticipation. I don't think. I think that's what you were asking me. But after court, if he thought Mom was going to do something, then he'd get a security guard. This is after she ran a car in the house. Then he was just scared. Thank you.
And sometimes when he would leave town, he'd hire somebody?
He'd hire babysitters.
Well, he'd hire security guards when he left town, is that correct?
I don't recall that. If we all left town, you mean? Or if he left town and left us at home, then it was just babysitters. If we all left town, I wouldn't know if he hired security guards or not.
You remember testifying at the last trial that one time when he went out of town, he hired security guards too?
No, I don't remember that.
Do you recall testifying about hiring one when he was leaving town one time?
I don't recall testifying to it, but I did.
You indicated your mother had a number of gowns. Most of those gowns, to your knowledge, or at least most of them were bought, she had before the separation, did she not?
Yes.
Okay. And your mother spent a lot of money on the kids, did she not?
Yes.
Hey, Jill.
You talked mother coming over to your father's house and looking at things
Yes.
that were around?
Excuse me?
Looking at things that your father had?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever talk about gathering any information for her divorce trial?
No.
Did you ever compare lifestyles?
When she was walking around?
Yes.
No.
Did you know, were you going to court with your mother at all?
I went one time with her.
Okay. There was a number of times you knew she went to court.
Yes.
A lot of times, isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
You went one time?
I went one time, and then another time, my sister and the boys and I went to go talk to a judge about custody.
Yeah. She also, when she was there, she took things that she thought were hers, did she not?
Yes.
You indicated that you had some conversations with your father about the boys, is that correct?
Yes.
And you related that was it that your mother used to tell the boys that your mother used to tell the boys about that your father was going to abandon them when he had his own babies or his own children? Is that correct?
Yes.
So you have a specific memory of your mother telling that to the boys?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever told anybody that that you've never heard your mother say that, you've just heard the boys say that, and you assumed it was your...
I didn't hear her say it to them. She said it to me. And then Danny and Rhett told me she said it to them. So she said it to all of us.
So you've never heard...
I wasn't right there when I wasn't right there when I heard Mom say it, but then I heard Danny and Rhett say it right after Mom. She said that to me and Lee too.
It's not true that you heard your mother say it to the boys.
She just said it to all of us.
Well, is it true or not true that she said it, that you heard her say it to the boys?
I can't remember a specific incident where I heard her say that, but
Okay.
she did say it.
So you have no memory at all of her ever saying that to the boys, is that right?
I don't recall hearing her say that.
And she indicated that, or at least your indication is that there was some conversation about when your father had his own children, that the boys would be abandoned.
Mom said that to me. I don't know. I don't know what she said to the boys.
You also indicated that there were some conversations with your father about giving the boys back to your mother, is that correct?
Did I have conversations with them? Yes.
And that it was at the, just before his death, that there was conversations that he was saying that he thought he was going to give the boys back to your mother.
Yes.
Okay. And there was also conversations just before his death that he wanted to have children, isn't that correct?
Yes.
your mother wasn't demanding of him that if he had children and boys.
The boy, regardless or not.
So it was he that had the conversation, just conversation about the same time, that he was thinking of having children, and it was at that time he was thinking of getting rid of the boys.
That was two different things.
I object to the characterization of the boys.
Sustained, argumentative.
You indicated that about the relationship of your father and Linda. Remember testifying about that?
Yes.
Isn't it true that your father said that he did not want to marry Linda, but he did want to have children?
Objection, Your Honor. It's irrelevant.
Sustained.
I'd like to make an offer of proof, Your Honor.
No, go ahead. On something else.
Well, could I then at the recess make an offer so it's on the record?
Yes.
Your mother's house, you've identified the pictures of what your mother's house looks like. Those were pictures that appeared to be taken recently in 1989, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you're indicating that her house was in.
Yes, I don't. She told me that. She told me that there's a bunch of people that lived in the living room, and
Your Honor, I'm going to object on hearsay.
Sustained.
It's stricken.
Answer stricken.
Did you know whether there were two families that lived there?
no, I didn't see them.
Were you aware of burn spots in the living room?
I don't know if I saw them or if the carpet was taken out before, but I know that I heard of them.
So when you testified there was burn spots, you don't know if that's something you saw or
I
heard?
hate when that happens.
Did your mother have furniture at her house when she moved in?
Objection, relevance.
Overruled, you can answer that.
All I know about furniture is that we didn't have any when we lived in Coral Reef, and Mom had all the furniture. And then at some point,
Yeah.
there's furniture in the Coral Reef garage, and then now Mom has the furniture again. So I don't know how it got all around. I don't know when she had it and when we had it. I don't know.
Did you go over and visit your mother months that she lived at Cali de ACA?
Yes, but I don't really remember if there was furniture or not. I think she had a bed, but I don't know if when she first moved there, it was a long time ago. I don't know if she immediately started remodeling, so there wasn't furniture in the living room. Because then I didn't see the burn spots, I don't think, so. I just don't know. I don't know where all the furniture was. We didn't have it. And Mom had it in the rental house, and then I don't know what happened to it. But we never got it, we never had it, I don't think.
And you never remember a time when your mother's home was empty, Cali de ACA?
I think when she first moved in, it was empty.
And do you remember it being empty for some period of time?
That I don't remember.
Do you remember any arguments over the furniture that was in the garage?
Which garage?
Well, your father had furniture with boxes stacked on it in the garage at Coral Reef, did he not?
I think you're talking about Cypress.
At Cypress, do you remember?
He had an old couch and a table in there. And then the old couch was gone. I don't know what happened to the old couch. I don't know if Mom wanted it or what happened to that. And then there were boxes on the table. So that I remember that. That's what you're talking about.
Remember any arguments about your mother wanting that furniture that was in the garage and your father saying he was using it to store boxes on?
I remember about the table. I remember Mom wanted the table. I don't think Dad's response was, I'm using it to store boxes on though.
Okay.
Look at that. Not a tear. Her daughter is up there on the stand crying. Crying. Not a tear out of that woman. Everything she's putting her daughter through up there.
Marked an envelope, O, which contains 3 pictures.
So marked.
Showing you 3 photographs, all marked O for identification. You recognize those photographs?
Yes.
And is that the garage at Cypress?
Yes. I don't know that. Well, yes, this is it.
And is that an accurate representation of how the boxes were stacked at Cypress?
For a while, but then there was a whole wall that was of file cabinets and boxes like that.
Okay.
And I think that's when we first moved in there.
Okay. So there's a couple of tables.
Your Honor, excuse me, I'm going to object to the state of the garage at Cypress back in 1986 as being irrelevant.
Sustained.
Your Honor, may I make an offer of how it is relevant?
Well, you got the pictures, and that's enough. She's identified the pictures. Go ahead.
Well, it was more than just a table, wasn't it?
Objection vague. I don't understand the question.
Are you referring to the picture showing more than a table?
Yes.
Answer that.
Yes, the pictures do, but that wasn't what the argument was about.
Oh, so there was an argument that you remember?
Mom wanted the table. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. And you remember any argument about the dresser?
No, I don't.
Okay. And what was the argument that you remembered?
Objection, Your Honor, to the relevance of an argument 3 years before these murders.
Sustained.
May I make an offer of proof now?
You've already got in that there was an argument about the table. And the dresser, as I recall.
I'm sorry.
And the dresser.
Well,
You're unplugged?
I'm out of paper. I need to go to the anteroom.
Go ahead. Folks want to stand up and stretch for a minute, go ahead. Go ahead.
Referring to your testimony that in Arizona in the spring, you didn't need money to eat, you like to eat for yourself, page 314, line 15 through 19.
Okay.
At the last trial, when you were asked what the call about the money was, you indicated that you paid the bills. The reason you were calling is you needed money to eat, correct?
Basically, the whole year I was broke because I talked on the phone a lot, and I had a really high phone bill. The mom would pay the phone bill for. But see, I had money in another account called All Aboard for food. So, and then Dad put money directly into that. So that doesn't make much sense. But maybe I was hungry.
Well, that was your answer, that you needed, the reason you called your mom and were upset is because you
I
paid the bill.
needed money basically. I don't think it was necessarily for food. I needed money.
It was your words, not mine, wasn't it, that you needed money to eat?
I think it is.
Would you like to review it again?
No, I think that's what I said.
But your testimony now is you don't remember any time you needed money to eat.
I didn't have any money. I needed money basically.
At the time that your mom and dad separated, you were 15 years old?
Mm-hmm.
And you and your mom were not getting along, were you?
Mom and I get along fine a lot of the time, and then we fight a lot of other times. If I had known that if I fought with Mom that any of this was going to happen, I would have been nice to Mom every minute of the day. We had a normal teenage relationship. We fought about clothes, about makeup, about curfew, about boyfriends. Normal stuff. I wouldn't say that she hates me, and I know I don't hate her. I still have a normal relationship with my mom.
You indicated that your friends liked your mother, is that correct?
Yes,
Objection, it's irrelevant.
Overrule, the answer stand.
And at that time, it was normal, your friends were having troubles with their mothers.
Yes.
Teenagers have problems with their mother.
You were at times telling your mother that you were mad at your father, weren't you?
For normal teenage reasons too. If he wouldn't let me go out when I wanted to go and things like that.
And at times you were telling your friends that you were mad at your father and he was an asshole, weren't you?
I don't think I called him that. I was get mad at him and talk to my friends about it. Just as I would get mad at Mom and talk to my friends about it.
Is that just not a word that you would use with your father, or?
I don't think I called him an asshole. I would get mad at him.
Nothing that he did that would make it so that you would call him that?
Objection, Your Honor. She's not here.
Stand.
I'd like to show you
Your Honor, I object to this. I'd like your first sidebar, if it's going to be offered.
I don't know what it is, we
I
have
know,
no.
that's why we need this first sidebar, I guess.
All right, come on up.
you indicated that at the graduation, your mother was taking pictures of
But we're back to the
Father and mother.
graduation. Asked and answered.
Was that something that you knew or something that was told to you?
I think it was told to me. Dad and Linda just left early. I think it was told to me when they left.
The, Linda hated your mother and called her names, didn't she?
She didn't call her names to me. I know she didn't like Mom very much, but that wasn't until after.
Okay, Your Honor, can I have the witness be admonished? She'll get her chance to explain if she just needs
Your Honor,
one.
that's totally inappropriate. She's trying to answer the question. He's gonna.
Overruled. She's been given narrative answers all along. Just because she says something you don't like, Mr. Early, just go ahead.
Your Honor, it has nothing to do. But we approach bench, Your Honor?
Yes.
No, just go ahead, ask another question.
You remember testifying last time that Linda would call your mom names when she got mad?
I know she called Mom. She thought Mom was crazy. I don't remember her calling her any negative names. I don't remember saying that.
Remember being asked last time if she called her names and you answering yes?
Your Honor, I'm going to object to the relevance unless somehow this was related to the defendant. It's really irrelevant.
Sustained. Can't impeach on irrelevant matter.
I'll make an offer of proof that's what's relevant, Your Honor.
That's how it's relevant to your client,
Yes.
what she knew.
What she knew and what she told my client.
Why don't you just ask her if she ever heard any names mentioned about your client in front of your client by Linda?
Well, did you ever tell your mother that Linda used to call her name?
Absolutely not.
Did you ever tell your mother that Linda told you that she thought she was crazy?
No.
Did Linda tell you that?
Objection, Your Honor. Same objection.
Sustained. It's asked and answered.
Did you tell your mother about conversations where your father would tell you that your mother was fat and crazy?
No, I would never tell Mom anything like that. And no, that's untrue.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we done with her? That didn't sound done. Oh, there's another part. Okay. We're going to stop there. Okay. We're going to stop there because it's almost time for Donna. It's already started, but we always start a half hour late so we can skip breaks and sidebars and that kind of thing. And I need to go make breakfast because I have not had breakfast yet and I'm hungry. So I'm gonna take a short break and then I will be back with you guys at 9:30 ish. And this will redirect you to the next stream. So I will see you guys over there in about 15 minutes. Thank you for coming out. And I will what day are we on? 7? 6? What day are we on? I don't know. 6. We're on day 6 of the Matriarch Mastermind murder trial, Florida v. Donna Adelson. So I will meet you guys over there in a few minutes. And thank you for coming out. And if you're only watching this trial with us, I will see you again on Monday.
Have a great weekend. Bye.